Hi, welcome to Stendoodle. So Stendoodle is a creation of an artist from Brazil. His name is Michael Trent, and he developed it not so long ago. This is a piece of his art, and he's got a stencil that he laid down, drew around, and then colors inside. So here is a bird stencil. I love this one. And he uses it to make cards. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the birds a little bit better. So the bird is just a stencil that he's drawn around, and then inside the bird he colors different patterns and shapes. With this piece of art, Michael Trent has used stencils that are the alphabet. And so he traced the letters onto the paper, and then he colors inside of the letters with different shapes and different colors. You notice most of his letters are only two colors, and you get that vibrant pop to them. So here's a close-up. He's just using basic, simple shapes to create something really interesting. So what do you need to make a Stendoodle? Stendoodle you make with a stencil to create the shape, and then a fine marker to create the pattern within the shape. Again, it's a Zen activity. So once you're done tracing your shape, you can relax. Here are some of the things I use to make shapes. So I traced around a flower, or I will cut a heart out of a piece of paper and trace around that. Or I'll use a dish to make a circle and trace around that. Just draw your line around the shape and then freely stencil inside the shape. You can make your own stencils out of a lid from a container that you would buy groceries in. You can make it out of cardboard, or use letter stencils that you would use to make a poster, and then doodle inside. So here I'm using two colors and circles and lines. And I've used the stencil to create the heart shape, and then I use the stencil to create sections within the heart shape. Now I'm filling in those sections with different patterns. So just making circles, and these circles are where you get your zen or your relaxation from when you're doodling. Simple circles. Here I've used that flower, and I just got that flower at the dollar store. Traced around it, and after I was done tracing, drew some lines, and then traced around the tips of the flowers again, just moving them. So now I'm going to color these lines and shapes in. So it's definitely more creative than a coloring book. And it's also very simple because you can trace whatever shape you want. So you don't have to start out. These are my gel pens that I would use as well. But they don't create as vivid a piece. So I really like these bright colors so that things pop. Here's my heart that I cut out of the lid of a container, a food container, and now I can use it, I can keep it as a permanent stencil and use it over and over again. But you can print any shape off the computer. When I cut a plastic lid, I will cut it with either scissors or an X-Acto knife. And you may need help to get it to use an X-Acto knife to cut through plastic. Be careful and have fun.